just wasn't at the races in the first half. Our captain obviously getting booked for dissent and then making the challenge and getting sent off, and that was it. Got a yellow card. It doesn't excuse the fact that obviously he's been booked first for dissent, which is rightly so, and clever enough, and ultimately that puts us on the back foot after going 1-0 behind so early. Again, from a goal that is more than avoidable. It's sometimes in football you go through runs and patches of football where it's not through the lack of trying, it's just things just don't go for you. And at the minute that's the case for us. For the next 70 minutes, 65 minutes, I thought it was excellent and had a go. And they came with a back five, 5-3-2. They was playing a deep back five as well, and they kind of defended it. But we've had opportunities again to score 3 or 4 goals and not taken them, and it's costing us at the minute as a team, not just the strikers or the attacking players. Last week was the same again. We've had chances to go and win the game, not put them in. They've had shot on target all game, apart from at the end where Dylan, I think, come out, just put his hand on something, and apart from that was it. And you're just like, you're scratching your head coming away going, we are our own worst enemy at the minute with our decision making, and it's you can't blame the referees, although I think for both teams wasn't fantastic today, and the less we go into that the better, especially what happened afterwards in the tunnel. I've never witnessed or experienced that in 25 years of being involved in football. I thought it was a shambles, to be fair, but at the same time it's no excuse. We've got to be better as a team, we've got to take our chances, we've got to be more ruthless in both boxes, and as a team trying, but at the same time it's just not quite good enough at the minute.
And we saw a debut at centre half today, Asajana, 6'6" centre half. How do you think he fit in?
Yeah, he did okay. It's always difficult coming into a team. He's trained with us this week, but it gives us a different option at the back. I think defensively, we're not conceding loads of goals. It's frustrating, and I think every manager and every player up and down the country will tell you when you're going through these spells and nothing's really going for you, and our decision making is not. You start playing with a little bit of anxiety. You're trying to do the right things, but you're playing a little bit more on edge because you're wanting to do it so badly that sometimes they just need to relax a little bit and get back to what they're good at, and go back to ground zero and just think, take a deep breath, and we are a good team, there's nothing wrong, it's just at the minute we're going through one of them spells and you have to ride it out. But I thought Esther did okay. Probably had to bring him off at the end because I think he'd obviously not played many minutes before coming into us, but we went for it. We went to a back 3. In the end we was playing a back 2 and a front 5, so they went for it, they had a go. I can't fault them for that. I think there's some good performances out there. I thought Dylan was a constant threat. He played in the 10 and on the right, and you're trying to search for that formula to try and break the deadlock. I think if we score today, we go on and win the game, and that's not me being disrespectful for Whitby. They've come away with a 1-0 win. They defended very, very well, but if we can be a little more clinical, I think we score that first one, we probably go on and maybe win the game, if not get something out of it. But for 10 men, for 70 minutes, I can't fault their endeavour and their work rate. They gave me everything out there.
Yeah. And I'm told as well that Jamie Walker made his 200th appearance today. Probably not the match that he'd like to have got out of that, but an incredible achievement at any level.
Yeah, I think Jamie's been a stalwart of any team that he's played in, especially mine, for the past kind of 4.5, 5, maybe 6 years. I can't remember how long he's been with me now. So, he's congratulations to him. It's a terrific landmark and an achievement to play 200 games for one club. And I think, them kind of players that have had the continuity and the longevity, they don't do it by coincidence, and his numbers year after year have always been good. Probably not so much last year because we had to play him at left back a little bit more, but he's always willing to do a job for the team wherever I play him. And so yeah, congratulations to him. It would have been nice obviously to get a win, and it'll be a little more buoyant after the games. But I can't stand here and say that I'm disappointed with the players I've got, disappointed with the team I've got. I think it's just there's certain bits and bobs that we need to just really hyper focus on now and work on. And the good news is we've got a game on Tuesday night to try and put that right. But like I said to the lads, we're not losing games by 3 and 4, 5-0 or 5-1. It's always the odd goal, and it's always the odd moment where we switch off. And with young players, sometimes that comes. They learn on the job. The only way they get experience and make the right decisions more often than not is to play. and learn by the mistakes on the pitch. And it's my job to stick by them, keep faith in them, believe in them, and protect them a little bit. And I think, especially I heard the fans at the end, they were cheering us on. I think they can see the endeavour to try and get back in the game, and that's what we need. We need a whole club from top to bottom behind us, and no division or anything like that, which I don't think we have here. I think the fans have always been excellent. I think they're entitled to an opinion when we're not playing well, but when we're not playing well, we probably need them more than ever. So in them moments, but I think moving into Tuesday, obviously we've got a chance to go and try and win a game of football again, and the games come thick and fast in this league, which is always a bonus.
Thanks for your time, Deeks.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.